Hello guys, welcome to Gamble with Jimmy. I'm going to let you hear a clip of this guy who plays Baccarat. He's basically going on and on and on about how the casino is cheating you in the game. Now, in his defense, I think he's 100% correct when it comes to is the casino, especially Las Vegas casinos like Caesar's Palace, MGM, these large casinos chains that are out of Nevada, they're definitely 100% scammers, and they definitely control the laws that regulate casino gaming, the commissioner. There's no ifs or buts about it that they do cheat. And they've been cheating and getting away with it for a long time. And nothing is done about it. There's nothing legally done about it. I'm going to give you a quick story. This happened about 20 years ago. I was playing craps at Caesar's Palace. They will 100% cheat. When I went there, I went to put $2,000 on each number. So the 4, the 5, the 6, the 8, and the 9 and the 10. And I was putting $2,000 on every number. And what they did, they immediately came together as a group, and me and my friend were witnessing it, and we were like, what the heck is going on? And they had like a little meeting, like a little get together, you know, like whispering to each other. And all of a sudden, after that was over, my friend was like, dude, they just rigged something. And sure enough, it was a 7. It wasn't a coincidence. And I've always had the memory of wanting to get back at them for what they did, for the fact that they cheated and they're consistently cheating. And I actually wanted to go there one day and have a secret filming, do a documentary on it, and actually film the footage. And then when I go play and say, hey, this is what's going to happen. We're going to go there. They're going to get together as a group. When I start putting this much money on, and I guarantee you it's going to start being a 7 every time you throw that dice. So they're using either a remote control or they're using rigged dice, but they're cheating 100%. They will cheat. This, you got to remember, back in those days, Vegas owned, they were all owned by mafia, okay? These are all large corporations that are run by corruption. And they're basically lobbying. They control that whole marketplace there. And all of those people who create the laws, they're all bought and paid for. Why do you think when you watch a UFC fight, why do you think that it's always fixed if it goes the distance, or a boxing fight? The fight won't even be close, and they'll give the fight to the other guy because they're doing it whoever they have the most money to win. That's the reality of it. So it's out of control. Even the UFC, with their power and their wealth, they can't even do anything about it because they're regulated by these people. If you think the people who own the UFC have money, the people who run Las Vegas and the commissions and stuff, they have all the money. All right. Now, with that being said, one of the things that I'm going to show you in this particular video, because it's about something that I do for a living, which is Baccarat and craps, okay? Now, this video is not about craps. It has nothing to do about craps except for the story that I just shared with you. But Baccarat is something that I do for a living. And also I have training videos for people who purchase the Baccarat training because of how successful I have been in Baccarat. Same thing with craps. Now, so when I started hearing these people talk about this topic, yes, I'm going to give them credit because what he's really doing in the video is he's bringing out the fact that these people are cheating and getting away with it. And he's 100% correct. It should be illegal, and these people should be brought to justice, okay? The casinos that operate illegally and rig the games to benefit them, and then they kick you out of the casino when you win. If you're a winning player and you're always winning, they tell you, up, we don't want your business, you're too good for us. But if you're losing, it's perfectly fine. They welcome you and they give you free comps and stuff to come play. That is discrimination. that is saying, oh, if you're too good, you can't come in here and play. But if you give us your money and you're a horrible gambler and we can take advantage of you, come on, you're welcome to play. That alone right there is a red flag with the laws in this country. That tells you right there that the ethics behind professional gambling or gambling in general and the people who make these laws are corrupt. Those people need to be brought to justice. It's a fact. That is true. All right, now, here's what I'm going to say. The reason why I'm going to show you these clips is because everything in the clips is definitely not true. I can tell you from experience that I gamble at the Hard Rock Casino, and I can tell you from my experience, they do not cheat. They do not cheat. The Hard Rock Casino is, in my opinion, is one of the most ethical casinos out there. They do not cheat. If you want to go play Baccarat or roulette or anything, you're going to get a fair game there. All right. Now, when it comes to blackjack, I'm going to say no. Yes, they cheat, and they can legally cheat, because what they're doing is they're stacking the shoe against you, and they're doing it in a legal way that they justify. So what they're doing is you have to understand, when you're playing blackjack, you're playing against the game, against the dealer. So the people that are at that table that are getting cards like you, whether it's blackjack, ultimate poker, 3-card poker, any of those type of games, you're playing against the dealer. So it's in their best interest to stack those cards that the dealer is always getting the 20s and the 21s. And that's the problem with that game. Doesn't mean that you can't win and make money or get on a winning streak. It doesn't mean that. It just means that in the long run, you're going to lose. Okay? If you stay there at the table and you don't take your profits, you're going to lose. With Baccarat is different, because if you play Baccarat with a group on the table, if there's multiple people on the table, when you play Baccarat, you only have 2 ways to play, banker or player. It's a 50-50 game. A tie, you don't lose. You don't lose on a tie. It's just no action. So banker or player. So when you put your bet, you're 50%. It's that simple. So you tell me how a casino is going to cheat on a 50-50 shoe where you have half of the people on the table are betting banker and half the people on the table are betting player. Sometimes you might have all the people bet banker, and that would be an opportunity for the casino to cheat. So what I'm getting at, though, is that there's ways around the casino from cheating on Baccarat. Only referring to Baccarat. There's ways around it. So one of the clips here, so we'll go ahead, let me watch the clip and then I'll respond to the clip, okay? Hold on one second. Let me open up the video that I have. Bear with me. And then I'll pause it.
And everything was hand shuffle at the casinos, okay? They used to hand shuffle all the games by hand. They used to wash the decks on the table and shuffle. It used to be a fair game, okay? And people used to win crazy amounts of money. There used to be long banks, 26 banks in a row, 26 players in a row. Now, there's no runs. Now you're lucky if you see 8 players in a row or 8 banks in a row. It's nothing like it used to be before. Now the shoe just goes back and forth and it's all over the place, and there's no patterns like there used to be.
Okay, so what he's saying is that they're using technology to rig the shoes instead of shuffling. He's saying back in the old days they shuffled and everything by hand, and there was no involvement of the casinos rigging the game because it was just real cards shuffled and random. It's a 50-50 game. Now what he's saying was all the technology of these machines and stuff, he's claiming that they're rigging the cards in a way where you can't get on a long run on one side. So for example, he was saying back in the old days, you could get on like 20 bankers in a row. And then if you just kept betting banker all the time, you're just going to get on this big, huge win streak. Okay, my thoughts on that. 100% irrelevant. No, 100% irrelevant. Everything that he just said that a casino's doing in there. First of all, a 20-run situation where you have 20 players in a row, the odds of that happening are extremely rare. Okay, very rare is that going to happen. That's no different than flipping up a coin and have it land on tails 20 times. Do you really expect that to happen every single time you sit down at a Baccarat table? No. Okay, where he's saying that there's no streaks, they're cheating, they're preventing streaks from happening. Good. That's fantastic. That means that all we got to do is bet the chop. If there's no streaks, then just bet the chop. Player, $25. I lost. It was banker. Okay, well, there's not going to be any streaks. Okay, player again. I'm going to bet the loser again. $50. I lost. Okay, player again for $200. Oh, gosh, bankers won 4 in a row. Okay, player for $400. Up, I lost again. Player for $2,000. I win. It switched. Then that's what he's basically saying, is that you would have an opportunity to just bet chops. If there's no streaks anymore in Baccarat, just bet a chop and have big enough bankroll, you win every time. That's basically reverse psychology of what he's saying, okay? So that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Normal streaks are usually between 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a row. When you see that, that's kind of realistic. The odds of even getting to 9 is difficult to do. Just mathematics, okay? Flip a coin 9 times. Tell me how many times it goes on heads 9 in a row. It's just not going to happen all the time. So there's everything he's saying there is irrelevant.
It's a machine. It comes out like this. There's 8 decks. Comes out of a pre-sorted box from a company, like a software company, that arranges the whole shoe. They arrange the whole shoe to cheat you, to make it go back and forth. There'll be no pattern within the shoe, okay? There'll be no runs in the shoe. There'll be a run. Every 10 shoes will have a small run to break the players who are going against the run. Those days are over. All MGM casinos in Las Vegas cheat. They bring out a pre-sorted deck and they just tell you to cut it. Cutting the deck doesn't change anything. Cutting the deck doesn't change anything. At all, they don't even use a machine. It comes out like this. There's 8 decks. Comes out of a pre-sorted box from a company, like a software company, that arranges the whole shoe. They arrange the whole shoe to cheat you, to make it go back and forth. There'll be no...
Okay, so now he's taking it a further step, and he's saying that companies like MGM is actually having a software company that provides them with the shoes arranged to where they can cheat you. Okay, so he's saying that they don't even shuffle it. It comes pre-shuffled in an arrangement that benefits the casino. Okay. Do I doubt that? No. I do not doubt that. I think that he's probably 100% correct here. He's probably right. So I'm going to give him the benefit of doubt. And again, I don't have anything against this person. I have nothing but wish him success. I just disagree with certain things. When he starts saying that you can't win because they're cheating, I disagree with that, because I'm going to share my thoughts on that. So for example, on this particular case, so let's say that you're playing at a casino like MGM Grand, and it's pre-sorted. It's pre-sorted to where it protects the casino in some kind of way where there's not a tons of streaks and stuff like that. So how would you go about playing at a casino like that? Well, I would focus on the chops. I would focus on my strategies playing chops. Then another thing is that I wouldn't play solo. I would never be at the table where you're playing with one or two people. Okay, so here's a great idea that you could do. If you suspect a casino for cheating in Baccarat, all you would have to do is sit there, watch every time that the majority of the bets is top heavy on one side. Say you notice that there's about $1,500 of wagers placed on banker. And you look over at player and you're like, wow, there's only $300 on player. $200 on player. That's my bet. If you're so confident that that casino is cheating you and they're always going to push the machine button, the little guy with the remote control back there, and he hits the remote control, he's like, we're going to make $700 here. I push the button. You just won 200. Play the opposite of where the money is if they're going to cheat. Okay? That's another way around it. What was amazing to me is in his video that he made, he literally had about 850 people comment. And out of the 850 people that comment, there was not one person who said what I said. Not one person came up with that idea. Like, this is all you'd have to do to solve that problem. I even addressed this individual with it, and he came back with a weird reply to me. Something, it kind of was in a way that he's this super experienced Baccarat player. He doesn't know anything about me. He's this super experienced Baccarat player with 26 years of strategies, and he's got certain things that he does. Okay, we all have certain things that we do when it comes to playing Baccarat. Okay, but he was alerting it in a way, he doesn't know anything about me. He was alerting in a way as if he was some kind of person that was superior to me playing Baccarat, which is 100% false. And again, I'm not putting him down, but the fact that he made this video and the things that he's saying would eliminate him being more intelligent than me. And that's a fact. I mean, you guys can watch his video and you can watch my video. And if you can't figure out how quick and easy it is to get away from, one of his things that he said was that, well, here, I'll show the clip of it and then I'll respond to it, okay?
Okay. They give you that pre-sorted shoe that's all over the place that you can't win. Okay? $300 a hand at the Bellagio. $300 a hand at the Venetian in the Palazzo. There's no way to win. The pit boss told me at the Venetian high limit, they'll only shuffle the cards if I put $500,000 on the table. So for the gamblers who have $500,000 to put on the table, those are the only gamblers that get a fair game. Everybody else, like you and me, we get cheated and there's no way to win. You might as well just take your money and just throw it in the trash can, okay? Some people are gonna say that I'm making this video because I'm a sore loser or something like that. I've been here for 3 weeks. Do you see this? Hold on, just to prove that it's not fake money. You see that? Okay? I'm down $500 for $300. I'm down $300. I've been staying on the strip at all different hotels for 3 weeks for free. Because I'm a system gambler, I can log 12 to 18 hours at a table and not lose money, okay? And because of that, I get free rooms all over the place. You can't do that in roulette, you can't do that in blackjack, but I don't come here for the free rooms, okay? I come here to beat the casino, all right?
Again, they give you a shoe that's all over the place and you can't win. Why? How can you say that? what is, if it's a pre-arranged shoe to their liking, but it's just banker and player, and you have people on the table betting, some are betting banker, some are betting player, somebody's going to win. I don't understand. Are they purposely targeting just your bets? Are they saying, let's attack Jimmy? Let's get him. Let's get him, guys. Jimmy's here. Let's go ahead. Anything he bets, let's just give the opposite. Push the remote control. I don't like this guy. Boop. He bet player. Let's go with banker. Come on. Okay? To say that. There's another part in here where he literally says that he's got to go. He only bets the first three hands of a new shoe. And as soon as the 3 hands are up, he goes to another shoe. That's what he literally said. He said, I bet the first 3 and I just go with banker. So I bet the first one with banker. If I lose, I bet banker again for more money. If I lose, I'll bet banker again for more money. And that's it. Once I win, they're not going to let me play no more. That's what he literally says in the video. They're not going to let me play anymore because I figured out how to beat them. I bet the first 3 hands of the shoe. Oh my God. For real, bro? For real? That's your 26 years of experience right there? That's insane. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, okay? First of all, you could bet the first one and it's player, and then you bet banker and it's player, and then you bet banker again and it's player again. You have never seen a shoe start with 3 in a row for player? I have, a million times. There's no... he's saying that that's the reason why he's betting now is because they can't cheat on the first 3. Okay? They can't cheat on the first 3. All you have to do is just play and bet the opposite of where the big money is if you're afraid of that. That's all you would have to do. Okay? What happens when you bet the equal amount of the other side? What happens then? What happens? Tell me what's going to happen when you're in the middle of the shoe and 50% of the money's on banker and 50% of the money's on player. What are they going to do? Somebody's going to win, right? It's not the casino's fault that when you win, you don't get up and go. Now, I'm not discouraging away from him saying that the casinos cheat. I'm not against him on that. I understand his point, and I'm not putting him down. Again, I'm not. He's correct on that, and it should be illegal. So I do like the fact that he's bringing that up. I'm going to make that crystal clear, okay? I'm just saying some of the claims that you can't win and him not trying to figure out a way to get around it. And when I shared that with him, he seemed to get mad and then started trying to make it into something that he's great and I'm not. And then he doesn't know anything about me.
No. $300 a hand at the Venetian in the Palazzo. There's no way to win. The pit boss told me at the Venetian high limit, they'll only shuffle the cards if I put $500,000 on the table. So for the gamblers who have $500,000 to put on the table, those are the only gamblers that get a fair game. Everybody else like...
Okay, now this one's really hilarious. Okay, listen to this one. He literally just said, he's telling you that the casinos cheat, right? So he's saying that they'll shuffle the cards for you. The pit boss told him, we'll shuffle the cards for you if you bring in $500,000 and gamble against us. $500,000. So he's saying that anybody who doesn't have that money is going to get cheated on. But if you have $500,000, now it's the only way to get a fair game. Now that makes me scratch my head, okay? Think about that. Okay, so the casino's basically saying, if you bring $500,000, we'll let you have a fair game. So we'll shuffle the cards, and we're willing to give somebody with $500,000 a chance to beat us, but we're going to cheat against all the people who don't and are playing small. Wouldn't it be more realistic for the casino to cheat against the guy with the $500,000? don't you think? So again, it doesn't make any sense, okay? Just don't, if you suspect your casino of cheating, don't play solo or with one other person. Make sure the table's full. Concentrate on which side has the most money on it and bet the other side.
You and me, we get cheated and there's no way to win. You might as well just take your money and just throw it in the trash can, okay? Some people are gonna say that I'm making this video because I'm a sore loser or something like that. I've been here for 3 weeks. Do you see this? Hold on, just to prove that it's not fake money. You see that? Okay. I'm down $500 for $300. I'm down $300. I've been staying on the strip at all different hotels for 3 weeks for free. Because I'm a system gambler, I can log 12 to 18 hours at a table and not lose money, okay? And because of that, I get free rooms all over the place. You can't do that in roulette, you can't do that in blackjack, but I don't come here for the free rooms, okay? I come here to beat the casino, all right? But I'm trying to show you how the casino's cheating, okay? So.
All right. Okay. Here's the thing. He's saying that he's been in Las Vegas for 3 weeks and that he's down $300. But all his rooms are paid for because he's getting comps for his time of playing, and that he can sit at a table and play for 12 hours, yet he's only down $300. Okay, so my thoughts on that: never, ever, 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 ever play for more than 20 minutes. When I play Baccarat, I'm usually in and out of that casino in the first 5 minutes. Maybe not out of the casino. I might go do another game, or I might go have something to eat, or go get some drinks or something like that, or go have a cigar. I'm not necessarily going to go leave the casino just because I won in Baccarat in 5 minutes. What I'm saying is that my session is very rare. Am I going more than 20 minutes? If you're a professional player and you're winning a lot of money over the course of the year, you don't even care about comps. As a matter of fact, I don't even use my card anymore for comps, ever. I don't want comps from the casino, okay? I don't want them knowing my business. So the fact that he's using a card and he's been there for 3 weeks and he's only down $300 says all I need to hear. He's not making a lot of money playing the game, and he's blaming it on the casino cheating. Well, I would probably say you're losing because you're sitting there for 12 hours so you can get your little free room. Makes no sense to me, okay? If you're sitting there at a Baccarat table for 12 hours a day, that is a serious problem. The longer that you play, the worse it's going to be for you. So, and there's really no reason for that. It's very simple. So let's talk about this. Everybody think of it this way. Here's a guy that's been playing Baccarat for 25, 26 years, that has these systems, who goes to Vegas for 3 weeks, plays for 12 hours a day to get his free rooms, and he's lost $300. Do you realize that I could walk into a Baccarat table and do 3 bets or 4 bets within 3 minutes and make a profit of $150? And I get up and I leave. 15 minutes instead of 3 weeks. And it has double the amount of money that you're down $300, and that would have made $150. So his scenario is a little different because he's staying there, and you know he's got nothing else to do because he's staying at the casino. So I give him that benefit, because like, what else is he gonna do? You know, he's stuck at the casino. You know, versus when you're home, you could go to the casino, you win your $150 or $200, and then you leave, and then you go home and you go get free groceries or you pay a credit card bill or something like that. So anyway, again, I'm not trying to make him look bad. I just don't like the fact that some of these claims that he's making is just so ridiculous. It's one thing to say something about a casino that they're cheating, but then to tell the public that you have no way to win, and I just gave you the way that you would easily solve that problem. It took me 2 seconds to figure that out. Out of his 850 people who made a comment, not one person even replied to my comment. Not one person said, wow, yeah, I didn't think of that. Not one person, because they don't want to hear it. They just want to talk about how bad the casino is cheating and that they're a victim.
Okay, and Baccarat is the game that you mostly play.
Yeah, that's the game that I won the most money at. Yeah.
Okay, but you didn't always do Baccarat. You started out with blackjack,
Yeah.
and double deck blackjack,
Yeah.
and eventually you got to Baccarat.
Yeah, I like double deck the most, yeah.
What exactly is it about Baccarat that gives you an advantage, you feel?
It was easier to decipher how the casino was rigging the game Baccarat than it was the other games. Like, blackjack, I know how they rig the games in blackjack, and there's numerous ways, but they're sort of harder to work around than Baccarat. Baccarat was very cut and dry. They've changed a lot of the systems since I started exposing them for the way that they were setting the game up. But in the beginning, when I came in, they had one standard way that they would rig the game. It worked for them. It made sense.
Okay, give me an example. When you say rig the game, how do they rig the game? How do you rig a card game like Baccarat?
I can't say too much. I'll give you an example that I've already put on the air one time. So I went to go play at a casino that I was regularly playing high stakes at. Actually, whatever. So I was playing there. And I pull up, and the Baccarat tables are different. The new felt, new rail, new computer monitor. I don't know if you know Baccarat, but there's a monitor at every table that represents the data of all the cards that came out already.
Okay.
Everything was new. And I looked at the monitor, and there was this section of graphs that I've never seen before. And I played so much Baccarat. I'm like, how have I never seen this? So I says to the dealer, do you know what that means? The dealer says, no, I don't. I says to the dealer at the Baccarat table next door, I says, do you know what this means? She says, no, I don't. I said, floor, do you know what this means? The floor says, I don't know what it means. We're still learning the system. We haven't got training. And I'm thinking, that's so weird. Why would you just make up a weird graph? I go, no problem. I'm going to play and figure it out. So I play the first hand. Whatever I bet, banker play or whatever. I won the first hand, cool. I bet again, second hand comes out and I lose. I probably, let's pretend I bet player. I don't know what I actually bet. I bet banker player. If I bet player, banker came out natural 9, so I lost. Oh, no good. No sweat, all good. I lost one hand. So I go to look up at the monitor to try to make sense of what I'm looking at to gauge what I think I should bet for the third hand. The monitors are displaying the bank 2 cards and the player 2 cards that are on the table. Now, I lost natural 9, and I forget exactly what the cards were, but it was 5-4 was on the table, right? And I look up at the monitor, and I just notice that it says 7 deuce. So I go, wait a second. I go, the monitor knows that I lost to a bank natural 9, doesn't know how the natural 9 was made, so it made up any data it wanted and then gave that to me as fact. I go, then the monitor is making up every piece of information along the whole way and the whole time portraying to me as fact. And if I'm actually using that monitor to compile the data to make my hand of the next probability, and the board is lying to me, the monitors are all fabricated, then everything's a lie. And the casino's lying to me. They're cheating me through fake data. So I said, the bank 2 cards and the player 2 cards that are on the table. Now, I lost natural 9, and I forget exactly what the cards were, but it was 5-4 was on the table, right? And I look up at the monitor, and I just notice that it says 7 deuce. So I go, wait a second. I go, the monitor knows that I lost to a bank natural 9, doesn't know how the natural 9 was made, so it made up any data it wanted and then gave that to me as fact. I go, then the monitor is making up every piece of information along the whole way, and the whole...
Okay. All right. Okay. Here's my response to that one. Two things that I'd like to say to him. Number one is you can't give an explanation or you can't disclose what it is or how the casino actually cheats. You can't do that for a specific reason, whether it's you want to sell how the casinos cheat to somebody, is what I heard. You want to sell your way to the casino and say, hey, casino, give me some money and I'll show you how you guys are cheating and how I picked up on it and how you could, whatever. He wants money for what he feels is an asset to somebody of how the casino is cheating. Well, regarding the system showing a 5-4, which is a natural 9 in Baccarat, and then the display monitor, and he just got done saying that everything was new. The felt was new, the computers were new, the program was new. The explanation to that, it wasn't making up a random thing to disclose to you. It came up with what hit, which was a 7-2, which is a 9. The difference is you had a 5-4 natural 9 versus the 7-2. Well, they're both natural 9s. They're both natural 9s, because if it came up as a 5-4 or 7-2, it's a 9. It equals 9. So either way, well, wouldn't you, instead of you thinking that proves that the casino's cheating, no, it doesn't. You know what it proves? It proves that the people who coded the software, it randomly select the 7-2 instead of the 5-4. It got the quantity correct of being a 9, yet it didn't display the correct 9. It was supposed to display the 5-4. So this is obviously like a human error in the way that the data took that data input, okay? Now, I wasn't there, but that would be the explanation that I would give. And the fact that the casino immediately asked you to leave, and the way that these casinos have kicked you out of there, might have to do with the fact that you're going around telling everybody that the casinos are cheating. They would have the right to do that, and that would probably piss off a lot of casinos. But again, I'm not for casinos cheating. I despise it, actually. It should be the people who run the casino, the people who are behind the cheating, the people who are manipulating the lobbyists, the big wigs of the ownership of the big casino, whoever is behind the commissioner people. Every one of those people should be put in jail, if you ask me. They're all purposely cheating and taking your money. And they're going to be able to do it if you're not smart enough to figure it out when you're playing. You have to be smart enough to figure it out. You got to say, something doesn't seem right here. I'm at this particular facility that's known for cheating. Let me go ahead and solve the problem by, oh, wow, there's $2,000 there that people bet on banker. I'm going to bet 500 on player. I'm the only one that's betting player. If you see that the banker wins, then you know they're not cheating. I know for a fact that where I play, the Tampa Hard Rock Casino does not cheat. I know that for a fact, because every time that I play, including myself, I won 4 blazing 7s in a week. Do you really think those shuffler cards are going to give me a 7-7 tie, knowing that my $25 pays $5,000, and it happened 4 times in 1 week? I have literally seen people win $40,000 on that bet, and it has to be a 7-7 tie for that to happen. And it consistently happens every time I'm there. So don't tell me that the Hard Rock Casino is cheating, because they're not. I've seen people bet $15,000 on one side and win. They're not cheating. You would be able to pick up on that. They're not cheating. So not every single casino out there cheats. And that's the purpose of my video, okay? It's to say, yes, I'm not for cheating. I don't like people that cheat. I think that they should get in trouble for it, but you could still overcome it by using intelligence and just using common sense, okay? Hope you guys enjoyed that, but I thought it was an interesting topic that I'd bring and share with you guys, okay? So Shout out to everybody, and I'll see you guys on the next video.